There once lived a man.
Very old man.
Very, very old man.
His name?
Was.
Bob.
That was short for Robert.
Yep. He loved his little kids. His little grandkids.
Mhm.
But one day,
He went to take out the garbage
and he tripped
in the stairway.
into this pile of sand. Don't know where it came from.
I do.
Where did it come from?
The beach.
Okay. So did he bring it home from the beach?
No.
Is he magic?
Can't ruin the story. It's bright in
Okay. Ew.
here. Whoops.
So what happened to this man after he tripped into the sand?
He began swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming until he finally went into a different world.
This world was a special world. It had a special name too. What was that name?
Its name was.
You know the name, not me.
Its name was.
Was.
Kevin Land.
What a lovely world this man was surprised to find.
Well, he walked in and he very was surprised. He saw a little girl who really wasn't that little. Not little like 5-year-old little. Little like.
Almost 14.
Almost 14-year-old little. Sitting. Playing hopscotch.
Upon a bench. So this guy, Bob, which
Short
was
for Robert.
Short for Robert. He was surprised to find this little girl and asked her why she was playing hopscotch, sitting down on a bench.
She said,
"Oh my, mister. I am terribly sorry. I did not realize that this was something wrong to do."
but it was perfectly okay for her to do it. She was princess of Kevin Land.
More like queen of Kevin Land.
They're not married yet. They're just betrothed.
Ooh la la. But Robert did not know this, Bob. Yeah.
He doesn't like be called Robert. It makes him feel uncomfortable. His great grandpa, Robert the Third, died. These are tears.
And so Bob started thinking about his great grandpa or grandpa, whichever it was, and he started to cry. And the poor little girl, whose name was Bethany, ran up to him and said,
Gee golly, sir. Why are you crying so?
and he said, "Oh, sorry, little girl. I was just starting to think of my great grandpa named Robert.
The third.
The third.
Third.
But gee golly, mister, since I love to say that phrase."
She didn't say that part though.
What? Anyway, why would you think of him? This is Kevin Land, not Robert Land. I don't like Robert Land.
Only thing here is Kevin.
And he said, "Oh, well, Robert's middle name was Kevin Ifitsky."
Cute name, she said. I'm sorry I don't use voices. I think Bethany will prefer that. And so Bethany was like, "Oh, why don't you come to my palace with me? All my friends are there, and Kevin, giggle, giggle, blush. Ha.
"You can be my new best friend, Bob. Or Robert."
But then he started crying again, so she's like, I mean Bob.
Just
Oh
Bob.
my goodness. Let's go. So they went back to the palace, and she introduced them to her friends, Rachel and Ashley. I forgot your name.
Thanks.
I've never met this person before in my life.
This is our first meeting.
I randomly go up to strangers and tell them that let's make stories together.
Yay!
That sounds terrible.
Anyway, so then after she was done introducing Bob to her friends, I think I accidentally spelled. Okay.
Confuse this.
After she introduced Bob to her friends, she found Kevin in a room playing his guitar and piano and playing the piano with his toes, because he's
talented.
He's that cool. KFC. Kevin's freaking cool.
You have no idea how cool this guy is.
Kevin is pretty awesome. Anyway, so whenever she came up to Kevin, she was like, "Oh, Kevin, I have a friend, my new BFF to introduce you to."
And he was like, BFF? I thought I was your BFF girl, please. And she was like, no, you're my BF forever. There's a difference, you see. And so she went through an hour-long process of explaining the difference.
But we're not going to do that because that would bore you to tears.
It bores me to tears.
Yep.
Anyways. So no, I don't have time to cry. And so they went to dinner, and around the table sat people. Yeah. Can you believe that?
Pretty cool. So Bethany sat on this one chair that was labeled Bethany, and
It was like a throne.
yeah, more
Had
like
a little
throne.
canopy and everything.
Pretty much. And sat beside her to her left was dear Kevin, her lover. And to the right of her, they had made a chair special for Bob.
Bob. That was
Bob.
short for Robert.
He doesn't like that name, Rachel.
I whispered it. Okay. And then he went back that day and took care of his grandkids.
And told them the whole story of what happened.
And they sent him to this weird hospital that had lots of other old people in it. He didn't know why. He didn't care.
No.
He liked to tell the story to them, too.
Yeah. The reason we know this story, because we went to go visit him.
Bob.
The builder.
No, not the builder.
Is not him. But he's pretty cool, too. Anyway, moral of the story is,
everything is always just needs to be about Kevin.
everything is not what it seems. Bye. The end.